Hi everyone, Lady Botchar Angela here with a face-up video of a doll Chateau Gail head in 1/6 scale. So let's get into it. First, I actually had to mod her head. I know, cringe, but it was for a hybrid and to put on a Leak World bee body. And I think I did okay for only my second mod. But this is our first layer. And I've already sprayed her. I've got her some veins. Yeah. So, yes, it was very tough getting the eyeliner on, but I wanted to do the eyebrows fairly early on in the face up because I wasn't sure what I wanted. And of course, you see, this is the first attempt, and it's because I have multiple attempts. This one was okay, but I wanted to see if something else might work better. Maybe some kind of sassy, angry face, maybe a pouty face, I'm not sure. I was like, I don't like it. So my third attempt was like a sad, pouty face. And I liked it. I wasn't sure about it. I tried to do, I was like, well, maybe this might work, but I didn't want her to be sad. So I just went more of a neutral eyebrow here for her face. And I think it turned out okay. It has a little sharp little tail on it, and yeah. So I wanted her to be more sassy than anything. So I think she turned out pretty sweet and sassy. So that's a win in my book. So you can see here, I'm just kind of correcting all my mistakes. This is very sped up, so it took about 20 good minutes just for the eyebrows. Yeah, I cut out a lot, but I think I got a pretty good shape. And then I kind of went in with watercolor pencil and in a olive color, I believe it's in there we go, olive green. And then I went in with a little bit darker green. It was more of blue green. It's like a forest color. And I went in with that on the tail end just to kind of give it, instead of a black, because I didn't want to do black too much, because I knew that her eyelashes and her eyeliner were going to be black, and I didn't want her to be, super dark or anything like that. So she's just a little moss fairy. And I did pick a name for her. And thank you for people who made suggestions. And it's kind of cliche, I guess, at this point, but her name is Fern because of the moss. There's something called fern moss, and it's that fluffy, like pillowy moss that grows in clumps. And I really like that kind of moss, to be honest. It's very comfortable to sit on, and it's very pretty, to me at least. So yeah, there was a little dust particle or something, and I was like, oh well, it'll just stay there. So here I am going in with some eyeshadow. I wanted her to have green eyeshadow. It's like a smoky green eye. And so I went in with like a blue green for the main color. I went in with a dark olive color on the outside. It looks almost brownish black, but it's actually a dark green, which is really pretty. I think it's a pretty good accent color for her. And then I went in on the corners of the eyes with a light lime-ish color, like a really light lime color. It's actually really pretty. And I think if you had darker eyes, I think it would make it pop out. So yeah, I really liked that. I also put on here, I don't think I showed it, but I think it got cut, that I put a purple under eye shadow on. You can kind of see it here where the waterline is. I put a little bit of purple eyeshadow because I wanted her colors to be like a green and a purple, because of like purple mushrooms and green moss and that kinds of thing, those kinds of things that you see in the hedge. So here I am just putting pearlescent powder of sweet golden everywhere. Just everywhere. I was so happy. I just wanted it everywhere. And it did, it got everywhere. It's still, I can see it right now on my desk. It's so shiny. And I try to blow it off, but you know, if you wipe it, you know, you get glitter everywhere, and I'm like, I'll just look at it on my desk. So it's whatever. So yes, here I am. I wanted her to have freckles, so I've already done blushing and some of her lips and that kind of thing. I wanted them to be a little bit more subtle because I knew I was going to go in with really heavy freckles in like this, again, it's like a moss green. It's like a almost, I guess you can call it like pea green, I guess, but not Exorcist pea green, where it's like the pea soup. No, it's not that. It's a bit darker than that. So I go in with this, I smatter it pretty much everywhere on the sides of her face and her ears, and I really love the effect. It's very natural. It gives her a little bit more texture on her face without actually giving texture to her face. So, yeah, I think freckles are always very cute. No matter the color, really. It can be misconstrued as like paint or something sometimes, but if you're doing like a fantasy face up, which I am, I mean, it comes off as freckles, I think. At least I hope so. So I'm putting a little bit more on, and yes, I was out of frame for a lot of this, and I tried to cut that out, but this is just what I'm doing. My process is just, I put it on, I dab a little bit of the bigger blobs that I don't want on there to stay permanent. So I just kind of tap it off, and it leaves this really cute freckle where it's kind of darker on the outside and lighter on the inside, and it looks a bit more natural. So I do that with the purple, like a dark purple, and the moss green, and then I go in with like a shimmery white, and I wanted her to have the white freckles on the front of her cheeks more so. So here I am going with the purple, and yeah, so just keeping in with that theme of the green and purple color scheme. I really think this looks really good. I mean, if you're into like DC comics and stuff, it's more like the Joker, but I think it's really cute. That's just kind of where my head went with her wig, was, you know, the mossy hedge with purple poisonous mushrooms. So here I am, I'm just dabbing off some of the white pigment that I had put on just to make it a little bit lighter, and just a bit more subtle. So you'd have to look really, really hard at her face to see it. I have her on my desk right now, and I'm looking at her, and yeah, they're still there. It's very subtle after the MSC. So I did want to give her a couple beauty marks, so I gave her one on her eye, and I gave her a little one on the edge of her lip, which I think was really cute. So just because I wanted to. So here she is. I love the texture on her face. The veins underneath pop out when you look really hard. And it's always the little details that always get you when you're looking at it over and over again. So here I am. I have sealed her once again, and I am going to attempt many times the eyelashes. So I cut them out. I cut all of it out. And I'm just showing you the ones that are kind of my go-to now, and I really like it because, I mean, that's me just being excited about it because I got it right. Finally. But yeah, I really like the simple, delicate lashes that, you know, don't detract from a major face up like this, like a fantasy makeup. You kind of want the whole face to be the focus, but yeah, that's why I do those lashes. But here I am, I'm glossing her lips and her eyes, and I also actually put on mica powder and gloss on her little cheek tattoo that I put on there. It's very subtle. Again, I put the tattoo because I wanted her to be in the group that I have for my 1/6 scale dolls. So they all have something similar. on their face, some kind of markings or something like that. And so I did that for her, just on the one cheek, and I think it's super cute. So that's why I went with that. I have my notes and I'm trying to figure out where I left off. Freckles, yeah, just saying how I really loved how she turned out. I really do. I think she's super cute, and the body fits really well now. And into my modification of her head. And yeah, she has super sweet lips too. So hopefully you guys can see her face tattoo. I wanted it to be subtle enough that it was there, but so kind of like, whoa, there's something there. So here she is. I'm just going to start to put her together. I don't have clothes for her right now. I'll be working on those next, and I'll probably just, I'm not sure if I'll video that or not, that process, because I'm still not sure what I want to put her in. So she's just kind of naked right now, and she will be for a while, I think, as I have to get some other things done first. But here I am putting in her eyes, both eyes. And these are some that I designed myself. Yeah, I think they go really well with the green hair. So the green mohair wig that I got. So here I am putting on her head, which is really, really tight. And then I forgot that I didn't hot glue suede her. So I had to do it all over. I did it off camera, so you didn't have to see. So yeah, that's just, I'm like, oh, there it is. So I did it, and I came back, and then I tried to put on her wig, had to redo it. So this is my second time. So yeah, so I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Hopefully you like her. Hopefully you like Fern. Hopefully she'll be dressed somewhat soon. And I'll leave you with some last pictures. Thanks for watching, guys.